At Night of Champions 2014, the Usos WWE Championship run finally came to an end. It seemed like they had held the championships forever and ever in some sort of a dull tag team division that is in WWE right now. It has been rumored for so long that Triple H cares about the tag team division, that, you know, this is the one thing that he was really going to go into and really try and rework it and find a way to get some tag teams and almost try to bring back the tag teams, if not of the 80s, at least of the 90s, when you had tag teams that people really knew by name and really cared about. It's weird to think that even at WrestleMania, even though a tag team like the Matadors were involved in it, they had a Four Corners tag team match, because as of right now, I think the Usos and the Dust Brothers, I think, are the only tag team involved in WWE right now. Of course, you've got Ryback is on the injured list right now. I don't even know what the Matadors are doing. I can honestly tell you, I don't even know when the last time I saw these guys have a match. It seems that if nobody knows what is going on with the Wyatts. They've been running promos for the last few while that basically Bray Wyatt is basically setting free, his boys, and nobody knows that means they're going to be, repackaged as new gimmicks. Maybe they're just going to be singles wrestlers now instead of being a tag team. A lot of people are talking about the pregnant belly in the Wyatt's videos, thinking that maybe this is Sister Abigail, and maybe somebody's going to be debuting from NXT, or maybe even the Ascension is coming, and they're being brought up, and they're going to be the new tag team that's going to be under Bray Wyatt. But I have no clue. I've got, the best of hopes for whatever happens with Luke Harper coming out of there, but I don't think anybody knows. I think a lot of people are hoping that maybe they'll show up in some form or fashion at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, but I think more than likely WWE is just going to make us wait a little bit longer. If you can remember back to the Survivor Series, I think it was 2006, the poster had Edge holding a chainsaw, basically with the Hell in a Cell around him, and then when it came down to it, there was a Hell in a Cell match, and Edge fought his way into the Hell in a Cell, much like the pay-per-view poster was saying that he was going to, just basically saying, he's here, and he was back, and he made his return. So maybe the Wyatts will do something like that. I don't know if they would bring themselves into the John Cena match to put themselves into the forefront, or maybe they would come in and butt their way into the tag team division to show these guys that there are other teams out there that want to be taken seriously. I have no clue, but basically, they had a rematch. I can't remember if it was on Monday Night Raw. It might have been on Main Event, basically, where the Usos almost recaptured their WWE Championship, and at the last minute, Goldust struck the Usos with the tag belts, forcing a disqualification, meaning the Usos were the winners, but the Dust Brothers were able to keep their cosmic key that they had been so, on the quest to get. These guys are a little bit bizarre, even for me. Goldust and Cody Rhodes seem like some dudes that are, strung out on coke to me, talking all about the planets and the stars out there. Goldust's face paint is just getting, way past the point of bizarre. It seemed like for a while he was trying to be Darth Maul, and I have no clue what he's trying to be right now. I love the Dust Brothers. I remember when they made their comeback at Battleground, and they were able to get their jobs back, which launched them into them beating the Shield, and then having a long run before they lost the championships to the New Age Outlaws at the Royal Rumble. The Usos are guys that have been quietly having great tag team matches in the WWE for a long time. They deserved to have the championship, even though it seemed like they weren't really champions in my mind, because every once in a while they had a good match, but it's hard to remember this tag team division, which isn't their fault, but I don't even know what to pick out of this match, basically because they're going to have another match at the next pay-per-view, because they don't have anybody else, to step up to the plate for the Survivor Series, so I can't even tell you who to pick out of this. I'm going to tell you to pick the Usos just because they're going to do the 50-50 swap deal. That's my understanding is what I think is going to happen. The Usos to beat the Dust Brothers. They'll keep the championships, and maybe at Survivor Series, maybe they'll drop them back to them and they'll just pass them back and forth like a hot potato.